Want to give us a quick recap?
Yeah, okay. So, had noise in the caves, went to go see in the shroom mill, ran into Yuri, and investigating to find the missing shroom jacks and a bunch of ankheads. Caught one, killed it, saved the kid, tracked them back to a cave, decided not to try saving them, headed back to town, got attacked by 2 more ankheads, back to town, got paid 50 gold, spent the time investigating stuff. We found that there'd been a trap, that the ankheads had been brought there set by a trap, and then we had to go. Someone had come into town looking for resources to buy the potions and the scent glands, and we had to go to another town. I forgot the name of. That was over the way. So, Gaslight. There we are. It was a farming business, so we trekked over there. And when we got there, it was all really weird. I stealthed and heard heavy breathing behind barrels. And that's it.
Alright. So it is currently the 7th of winter at 6:30. And we'll pick it up on the Last Light farm area. So I think, a bunch of you are hiding at the gates. You stealthed out, didn't really find anything, but heard some stuff.
Yeah, I heard heavy breathing behind the barrels.
So what do you all want to do?
I mean, you want me to just shoot at the barrels and see what happens?
Well, maybe no, considering, like, if we do that, they come, we're trapped here. Do we want to try and get behind them?
Oh, have we seen any of them?
Oh, I just heard heavy breathing behind barrels.
We have cover by here as much as them. If we try and fight them from any other position, would be a disadvantage.
But if we could creep in behind them, we can. I don't know what do you guys want to do?
I mean, there's probably no other exit than where we came from, so we should stay as close to it as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, I could just shoot at the barrels and see if something pops out.
If you want to, go ahead.
Okay, then I'm just gonna take this cluster of barrels here. How can I ping? And shoot an Eldritch Blast at it. Oh, I have to target a creature, right? So I can't even do that.
For magic, yeah.
Could potentially, because if there's a creature there, it would hit it.
Yeah, but I have to see a creature, and I don't. So that doesn't work, never mind. Can't you just do it with your crossbow?
I don't have a crossbow, I have a short bow, and I can't remember.
I've got a crossbow.
I think my short bow is 60 feet? Hold on. Oh, 80 feet. Yeah, so... Oh, no, because when I was walking I never saw them, so I'd have to move a bit.
Do you want
Nice
me to shoot it with an actual crossbow?
If you want, you can.
Sorry, what did you ask?
I think we're just shooting at the,
Should we... Oh no, because we're kind of in position as well. Yeah, no, I'm going to duck round here. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Just before you do that, I'm going to duck behind this stalagmite. Just to spread out a little.
Oh yeah, what's to the left of us? Is there an exit or?
That seems to be a cave that leads off to a different area. But as you go out there, one of them does pop out. Wait. I'm forgetting. Does the group have a light source?
I think one of
I
us
don't.
did.
Because I have dark vision.
I think that the gate area here had a light source. Oh, but wait, no, never mind. It's lit up because of the sunstone, so never mind, there is light. Because you can all see.
Only Oliver doesn't have night vision.
Yeah.
Wherever he is.
So give me initiative rolls.
Okay, so. Oh shit. Right, let's bring you on.
Alright, is everyone on there?
I think so.
Yep.
Alright. So, as you're moving over there, you would hear a yell in a language. Does anyone speak Knoll?
I didn't know it was a language.
So I'm guessing not. You'd hear a yell in a language you don't understand.
No.
As
Gnomish, Common, and Deep Speech in Elvish.
Knoll pops out from behind a barrel a little ways away, and he's gonna rush up and fire a crossbow at your guy here. So let's see how he does on that. Or wait, sorry, not a crossbow. He has a longbow. Oh wait, he has a longbow. Sorry, I forgot about that. So he might actually be able to stay in cover. Yeah, he's gonna fire from back here behind the barrel. Does not have a surprise or anything, because you guys were kind of already heard them. But 5 is a terrible shot, and the arrow would kind of fly over and hit the barrel here. That's it for him. But a second one will pop out from behind the barrels to the north. This guy is going to fire as well. Oh, wait. Oh, jeez. So the first guy would have had advantage because you hadn't seen him. So actually, I think 21 would have hit.
The 21 hits.
So he shoots your bodyguard for 4 piercing. Second one would as well. Ooh, he is going to crit your bodyguard. God damn it! For another 14. And a third one pops out. Again, rolling much higher than everyone else. And he is also going to fire at your bodyguard. Oh, but he rolls completely terrible and misses. Clyde. It seems there's a group of gnolls here.
Looks like they all have a decent bit of cover, so let's go for this one. With my firebolt crossbow.
Alright, so you launch a firebolt flying out at him, but it will hit the barrel as he is reloading. Anything else?
That's me.
Amdal.
Okay, does one of them has less cover than the others, or is...
They all have light cover. This one probably has heavier cover because he's got more barrels.
Okay, then I'm gonna move over 5 feet. I'm gonna cast Hex at that guy over here. That guy.
Alright, go ahead and link it.
Hex. I mean, the dimensional. Wait a second. This.
Alright, so he is surrounded by Hex magics.
And then I'm gonna use Eldritch Blast at him.
You are concentrating on that and blast him. Yeah, 15 is going to... Wait. Actually, 15 with light cover will just miss.
Damn.
As he uses the barrel to get behind the shot. Or get out of the way of it.
Okay. Then... can I squeeze through there to get some cover?
Yeah, you would have cover there.
Okay. Then I'm gonna move back. And mark myself, that's my turn.
Alright, Keller.
Okay. For me, I'm using 80 crumbs.
Wait, did Oliver not go, or did you not roll initiative
Oh.
for him?
I have. He's there. He's 13. He's there.
Alright, I don't know
No,
why
they-
he's so low on the initiative.
No.
Alright,
You rolled him.
you rolled him after, probably, but that's okay. So yeah, I'll say he can go. What do you want him to do?
5, 10, 15, 20. He's gonna move there and then take the dodge action.
Okay, so he's runs out and takes the dodge action. Keller.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna Sorry, this one's gonna be a pain. I'm gonna short bow that one.
This guy up here?
Right.
Alright. So you fire at him from behind medium cover.
I need to do this. This is what I need to do.
Oh, yeah, 23 will strike him. He takes an arrow to his shoulder. He's pretty armored, so he only took the 7 damage. Still looking pretty healthy. Anything else?
That's it. And then I'm just gonna like stay ducking behind, like, using the stalagmite as cover.
Alright, Sniggleflick.
Sniggleflick's gonna roll over the barrels. In front of him. I'm assuming that's difficult terrain,
Yeah, if he's going over it.
which means you can get to about there. And then he's gonna cast Blur. And that's his turn.
That's only 20 feet of movement, so he, I think, can go one more.
Nope.
Is it 25?
No, he's got speed of 20.
Oh, okay. Probably because of his armor. Alright, so he starts concentrating on Blur. Go ahead and give yourself the 1 minute timer. That is it for the round. So top of the round, this guy is gonna fire at the guy who's charging up with disadvantage. 13?
Yes.
Alright. Second guy is going to... he's gonna fire at you because you shot him, Keller. So he takes aim with his longbow. Luckily, that would miss you. And this third guy is also gonna fire at your bodyguard. Which would miss as well. Clyde. One of your allies is bravely taking a bunch of arrow shots as he rushes out.
Wow, that's fine. Let's shoot this one.
Which one? That guy there. Alright, yeah, 20 is going to strike him. A firebolt. doing 10 points of fire damage. Burning him pretty badly as he's firing at your friend's bodyguard. Still does not look wounded, though. Anything else?
Gonna drop prone.
Yeah, you could drop prone.
That's my turn.
Alright, Amdal.
I'm gonna fire at the one that I hexed.
Alright, you blasted him again. Ooh, but unfortunately, no, 11's not enough.
Nope. Yeah,
Alright,
and that's my turn.
Oliver.
5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Yeah, he'll move up here and dodge again.
Take the dodge action. Alright, Keller.
Oh crap. I forget I go straight after. Yeah, I'm firing at the null that I fired at before.
The north one, okay. Oh, that is a crit. Nice. Does another 9 damage. That puts him to wounded.
That one hit before?
Don't get sneak attack. No.
No, he doesn't have any allies near them.
I don't have advantage on the thing, so.
And he doesn't have advantage. So that's it for Keller. Sniggleflick.
That's his turn.
Alright, so he double moves up. New round. This one is going to... He's going to yell something again in Nolish and take a shot at Amdal in the back lines. Dunk. Ooh, I think 21 will strike you.
Yes.
Should have dropped.
So 4 piercing damage. That's it for him. Second one up here is going to fire at Keller again, ignoring his order. Bonk. He will miss. And this guy over here is going to pull out his sword and use his action to strap on, or sorry, not his sword, his spear, and use his action to strap his shield in place, switching from the bow. He will then move. No, he'll stay here. End his turn. Clyde.
I'm gonna shoot the same one again. Fireball.
Alright, yeah, 21 will strike him. Only for 2 this time, but that would actually be enough to wound him. Well, did you get up to do that, or are you shooting from prone?
Oh, I will stand up, shoot him, and then go back prone.
Okay. Amdal.
Yeah, same thing as every turn. I'm gonna miss the one.
The one with the
I
shield
hexed.
now?
Yeah, the one with the shield now.
Okay.
And then drop porn as well.
Alright. Oliver.
Okay. Yeah, then we'll do that. We'll get up here. Yeah. Go here and take the dodge action again.
Alright. So that's it for you. Keller.
Targeting the same one I targeted before.
Alright, no, you fire, but this time it hits the barrel.
Yeah, then I am going to... I can't hide yet either, damn it. Right, cool.
Prone.
Yeah, I'll lie down, I'll go prone.
Alright, so you go prone. Sniggleflick.
Hmm. Hmm. He's gonna move there and then he's gonna shoot at this guy with his poison dart.
Alright, throws a dart at that one. Yeah, 23 will strike. So he gets him off guard, hitting him in the side for 3 points of damage, and then that means a con save. Oh, and he fails it, so he is poisoned, right?
Yes.
Alright, anything else?
That's him.
Alright. From inside, a gnoll comes running out. And he has his spear and his shield readied. Let's see, 15 feet, ending his movement. He's going to throw a spear at your dodging ally. Luckily, he was dodging because a 19 becomes a 9, and that would miss. He then uses bonus action to draw another shield off his back, and that's the end of his turn. This one up here is going to pull out his spear and just rush up to engage the gnome who's throwing darts, stabbing at him. He is two-handed, versatile. Luckily, the gnome is able to raise his shield and block the spear stab.
Doesn't have a shield, but
Oh, well then he's just able to dodge out of the way. Did you say you went prone? Because none of you are marked as prone.
Yeah.
oh yes, the prone marker.
Amdal, were you prone as well?
Yeah.
Okay. So this one over here is going to yell something again. And he is going to fire... I guess it... yeah, you don't have cover, so he's going to fire at Keller, because he doesn't have cover. Pew! No, you are down, and that would miss you. This one over here is poisoned, so he's going to kind of woozy stab at the bodyguard here. Disadvantage. Missing. Clyde.
I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna shoot this guy. And then I'm gonna go prone again. 23.
Yeah, so 23 would strike as he's going for your friend. A firebolt comes whizzing in, hitting him. For 8 points of damage, and he is now badly wounded.
Prone again. That's my turn.
Amdal.
Yep. I'm gonna stand up. Eldritch Blast, finally. The hexed one.
Alright, yeah, you would crit him. And he takes 13. 16, 21, which would bring him down. May direct
And
hit.
since he died, I'm gonna use my bonus action to reapply my curse to the new one.
Just ran out.
Yeah.
I think he's too far away at the moment. You can hit this
Yeah,
one.
okay,
though.
then. Yeah, then to that one.
Alright.
Even though it's near death and I'm gonna have to do it again.
Well, you could do...
Yeah,
The north
doesn't
one.
matter. I don't need my bonus action for anything else, so I can do it again next turn.
Alright, so he is cursed.
You don't have 1,000,001 things to do with your bonus action at level 1.
Oliver.
No,
Alright,
I don't have.
Oliver is going to walk up there and stand in that place and take the dodge action from this one coming out. Hoping to distract. Yeah. It's Oliver.
Alright. Keller.
Okay. I'm going to. That one's nearly dead. Sniggleflick's next. Sniggleflick can take that one. I'm going to target my north one who keeps firing. So I'm going to stand up.
Yeah.
Fire.
Uh, 17 would strike him. And he is... that would bring him down.
Then I'm going prone again.
Alright, so another Knoll comes running out of the building at this point. Getting here a bit late to the party. 25. Hearing the yell from the guy you just killed, he is just gonna dash right past your bodyguard. Sniggleflick.
He's gonna smack this guy upside the head with a war pick. 23
Uh,
to 30.
He certainly will.
So. And then where does his 20 feet of movement want to take him? There.
Okay, engaging the one that's rushing past. The Knoll here is going to move up with his spear and shield. Stabbing, I believe 12 would miss, though.
Yep.
New round. Clyde.
Okay. Stand up. And then roll over the barrel.
Yeah.
And then let's shoot this guy.
Yeah, 22 would strike.
And then drop prone.
Alright, so he is burned for 5. Amdal.
I'm gonna stand up. Move my hex to the closest guy here. And then Eldritch Blast him. And miss again.
Alright, so Eldritch
Okay.
Blast flies past him.
And then I'm gonna move out here and not go prone this time since no one has a bow out.
Oh, none of them got a bow out anymore. I'm
No,
paying attention.
just
don't worry.
spears. Alright, Oliver.
Oliver's just going to stay there and take the dodge action again to keep one held. Hopefully focusing on him. That's it.
Alright, this one is going to stab at the Knoll, who is blurry.
Very blurry.
Uh, 16, I think, would hit him.
It does.
So he's struck for 7 piercing and needs to make a concentration check. Luckily, just makes it. So he does hold the spell. Keller.
I'm going to stand up from prone.
Yeah.
And one by Oliver. Do I have a clear line of shot, or is it going to have to be like some tricky shot trying to hit him without hitting Oliver?
I mean, they both have... Well, actually, the one by Oliver has cover. The other one would not.
from where
Okay.
Keller is.
Yeah, I was thinking of aiming for that one, but I can't. So, if I move. I'll walk
Just kill people.
there, target this dude.
Alright. So I believe you would be at long range. So 9 would miss. Because I believe you are more than 80 feet away. Yeah. Anything else?
That's it.
Sniggleflick.
Smack.
Yeah, 25 lands, striking him for 9 points. Getting a nasty hit, wounding him.
That's him.
The knoll up here is going to stab at your bodyguard. A little frustrated with disadvantage. 13 luckily would miss him. Clyde.
Inspire this guy.
Alright, let loose a fireball. 20 is gonna strike and bring him down.
Pat Umdal on the shoulder. Oh, I've just stood up to do that. Pat Umdal on the shoulder. Just go, keep moving your mark.
Umdal.
Yeah. I'm gonna move the mark to the next guy, the last one.
Yeah.
And then can I get somewhere where he doesn't have cover anymore?
Unlikely. Because, yeah, he's got barrels and Clyde near him.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, then I'm just gonna shoot him.
Alright, no, that would miss. Oliver.
Dodge.
Alright, Oliver continues to keep him at bay. Keller.
Right. Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Then move. Just use 60 feet to get here. And that's it.
Alright, Sniggleflick.
Smack.
Alright, you run up and war pick, and yeah, 15 would just hit. Connecting for 10 piercing.
Nice. That's his turn.
Knocking him off balance a bit. The knoll is going to stab back at the gnome. Luckily, he is not successful. Clyde.
Inspire people again.
That would fly past him, missing. Amdal. Another blast flies past, missing. Oliver.
Okay. Do I want to risk it? Yeah, sorry. Right, so with Clyde there, I get pack tactics, which gives me advantage, and I get multi-attack, so longsword, one-handed. 19.
Right, 19 would strike.
That's the first one.
Hitting him for 6.
And second one,
Yeah, 18 would strike as well, which would bring him down. So you bludgeon him. Alright. things are quiet as no more gnolls are rushing out of the house. What do you all want to do?
Shoot the bodies.
Looting the bodies. The gnolls don't really have much. They have their armaments, longbow, spear, shield, hide armor, and you would find about 15 gold among them.
Okay.
I'm gonna head over here towards the building.
Alright, there's no more noise coming from the colony. It's a little worrisome.
Okay. Can we go and look inside whatever this building is?
Yeah.
So no, the arrows, are they different to mine or the same?
The what?
The arrows that the gnolls had, are they different to my shortbow ones? They're longer?
Same arrows. Arrows don't have different types.
Can I take all of them?
Yeah, so if you take the arrows, there are 40 of them.
Okay.
You could refill your quiver pretty easily, or take another quiver.
Do that.
So heading towards the buildings, you do see some blood stains in the first area. Looks like a battle may have taken place here. No bodies. You said you're going inside, right?
No, no, I see blood stains.
Alright, well, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna wait for people.
Alright. Well, the bodyguard, Clyde, comes over. He looks, he does look like... Is he wounded? Yeah, it looks like he's just wounded, so he, and that arrow hit definitely didn't do any favors, those 2 arrow hits. He says, "God's damn it. And just, bodyguard jobs are supposed to be quiet. What the hell, Keller? What are you dragging me into?"
Well, I didn't drag you into any. I didn't know this. Not everything is my fault.
He says, "Everyone keep your voices down. There could be more of them hiding inside."
Stop moaning at me then.
After you.
Alright, so you head inside. You're putting Clyde at front? Or do you want
I'm
the...
putting Oliver in front.
Oliver's dodging the whole time if he can.
Oh, Oliver is the... That's right, Oliver is the bodyguard, not Clyde. Alright, so yeah, Oliver steps forward. He's kind of looking around. He pulls out his... Well, yeah, he pulls out his torch. As you go through the first few rooms, it does have signs of a struggle here. There are several places that indicate there was probably a battle where things are kind of broken. There are blood stains. Does anyone have survival?
Yes. Niggle, Flick, and Oliver, I believe.
That's
Alright, survival might tell you something here. So, you think that these signs of struggle are fairly recent. The colony may have come under attack, and the defenses may have been overwhelmed by gnolls. It looks like there were a bunch more gnolls here, but at this point, for whatever reason, they're not here anymore. Oliver would look around and say, why would they leave people behind if this was a raid? I assume they would have just taken their slaves and left along with the valuables. Strange.
You're assuming that they were taking slaves. I mean,
This is usually that's the fate of farms and communities that get raided by barbarian tribes. But I guess it's I guess they could have just taken the bodies for meat.
a could have just slaughtered them all and just left them here.
Yeah, these gnolls don't look smart enough to take slaves.
This is again though, why leave gnolls behind? Why wouldn't they just all leave?
But we're assuming that this is part of the main group, like these could have been the stragglers.
So he
Or maybe
looks-
someone else raided the village first, and these came here to profit.
Yeah, we're assuming a lot.
says, well, there was no signs of or no word of any struggle from last light at Candle, so this must have been fairly recent.
Well, we don't know how recent because it could have happened months ago. No one's just heard about it.
What's he says? No, there's regular travel between the two communities. They would have noticed within a few days if people just stopped coming. What's the highest passive perception in the group?
I got 13. Anyone higher than me?
No.
No.
13?
Okay.
Alright, so as you are looking around, you would hear a voice say, hey. And looking over, someone is stepping out of a cupboard nearby. He says, are you from Candle?
Yes, why? Who wants to know?
Thank God. I thank the gods. My name's James, he says. I managed to hide when the gnolls came and they didn't find me. He says, who are all of you?
I'm Clyde. This is Sniggleflick. We've got Omdom, Oliver, and that one.
Hi, sorry, I'm Keller.
He nods. He says, hey, Keller. It's good to meet all of you. I'm glad you're here. Sorry, I was hiding from you, but I didn't know if I could trust you or not. It sounds like you're from Candle, though.
Oh, you can't trust us. We've only just met. So what happened?
He says, well, I think it was about less than a day ago. I don't know exactly when, but I just heard screams from outside. I think they charged from all directions. There were quite a few of them. I didn't get a direct count because I just instinct sort of took over and I just hid right away. And I was lucky they didn't find me. They were rounding up people, searching the community house, but yeah, they killed many of us and took the others. I'm not sure where. I didn't see.
My insight, if this story is legit.
Yeah, sure. So you don't feel like he's lying. He does seem very nervous, though you would assume that's just because, he was hiding from a bunch of Knoll murderers. He says, yeah, I don't know where they took everyone. I just know that they left the house, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 hours ago, taking a bunch of people with them.
What
4 or
about the
5
other?
hours ago. Why were these 6 left behind?
He says, I don't know. I don't know why they were still here, but yeah.
How? I know you said you hid in the wardrobe, but how did you not get seen by them? Like,
Shrugs. He
clearly they
says,
smelled you.
luck, I guess. Sorry, I should have fought. I should have helped, but I don't know. I don't think I would have.
You would have died. You would have died. You did the right thing. Are there any
I'd-
supplies left in this place?
So there might be. What I mean, there could be some
I'm
out.
not asking him- Sorry, I'm not asking directly. Can I look around
Oh.
to see if there's no left any supplies?
Yeah, so, I mean, as you were looking around, there were a couple of things. You noticed there were still, like, preserved food and normal food supplies in the kitchen. You'd probably notice it doesn't seem like the place was looted. Or if stuff was taken, like, there wasn't a lot of searching going on. Like, usually with looting, you'd see everything, like, overturned and broken, but, I mean, most of the stuff here was left fairly, unobstructed. So if there was looting, yeah, it's not as noticeable as you would have assumed.
Perhaps the six stayed behind to guard this stuff whilst the others took the prisoners back to camp. Doesn't entirely make sense, but
Doesn't make sense at all.
Can I
Well,
check? I don't know. Think about it. Can I check the wardrobe to see if it looks like someone's been camping out here for a while, hiding, or what?
yeah, you could do an investigation.
Also, did we find bodies of murdered people, like he said?
No, you just found bloodstains in certain places, but you don't find any bodies.
Yeah. What did they do with the bodies?
He says, not sure. I didn't see where they took the dead. I would have assumed they put them outside, but yeah, I don't know, maybe they took them with them. So looking at the wardrobe, how would you even tell that? Do you have do you have training in investigation?
Yeah, I'm proficient.
Oh, okay. In that case, you believe that he was probably only in this wardrobe about 2 hours.
Okay. Very cool. So,
Yeah.
Definitely hiding then. Not like he just got in after we killed his friends.
No, you think he's been in here a while. Oliver says, hey, Sniggleflick, you want to come outside with me for a second? I want to check around for tracks. We might be able to see where they went. And I guess Sniggleflick would be like, sure. Give me survival checks for the two of them.
Okay.
But while they're doing that, does the group want to do anything else?
I would look around for like anything like diaries or investigate around see if there's any diaries, notes, anything like that that tell the people who were here who went missing. So at least we have names.
Hey, do you all mind if I just take a quick look around myself?
Sure, go
James
ahead.
says. And he's gonna kind of go off to a different area of the house.
I'm gonna follow him. Yeah, I'll stick around with James.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, no.
Alright, so you follow after him. He
I'll be like,
on the doorstep.
I'll help you look.
he says, yeah, sure. So, what did you say, Clyde? What are you doing?
I'm just gonna sit on the doorstep.
Alright, so James is kind of looking in some of the back rooms. He seems a little bit I don't know if nervous. I guess nervous might be a good word. Like worried about something. He checks several rooms and he kind of swears and says, damn it.
What's missing?
He says, I was just hoping maybe she would have hit as well, but I'm guessing they took her.
Who?
He says, just one of my friends.
Have you tried shouting?
He says, we came here together. Shouting. I don't know. What if there's still gnolls in the area?
When we killed them?
Maybe don't. No. Does this person have a name?
Give me a persuasion check. Your passive perception, he seems hesitant to give you any name. But he would say Ellen. Ellen's her name.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm I'm just a little bit worried about her.
When was the last time or last place you saw her?
We had spoke a few hours before the attack. And he seems kind of saddened. I think I'm getting some feedback from you, Amdal. You might need to turn down your sensitivity.
Okay.
But he says, we had a bit of a fight a few hours prior. He seems like he feels bad. I just hope she's okay.
Yeah, no, I'll go back to looking for anything like notes or diaries or stuff of records of people that were here.
Alright, so this is a pretty big house. There are a couple of floors in the downstairs area below.
Okay.
It'll probably take you a while to search. You're just going to start working on that?
I'd probably go to the bedrooms and start working there first, not like in the general space.
Alright. So while he's doing that, are any of the rest of you working on anything?
Just gonna
Hi guys.
grab a bite to eat.
Hey, welcome.
I'm not gonna be playing today. I'm just gonna be listening in because I still gotta pay you for all that stuff.
Yeah, no worries. It's fine. So yeah, you can hang out if
Yeah.
you like.
I'm just gonna catch up,
Get an idea.
know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have a bite to eat. That's fine. There's some food in the kitchen. You take like an apple or something that they were growing. So the two bodyguards say, yep, there was some large groups. Didn't get full numbers, but I guess one group had more than 20. The other group a little smaller, but still like 9 or 10. And I think they both took groups of survivors. It looks like they had prisoners with them. I think their legs were bound, so their tracks were a little bit easier to spot. But one went north, one went west. It's really odd. I don't know why they'd split up like that. So we do have some possible avenues to go from here. Not saying I want to... Go ahead.
Why did we come here again?
Says, I don't know, one of you
We're
was
looking-
following
we're-
someone?
I'm not there, but Oliver would know that we were looking for the person who'd bought the stuff to draw the Ankh heads to attack the Shroom Jacks.
He says, yeah, that lady, right? Some lady bought those chemicals, and she came here?
Oh yes. I remember, I guess.
He says, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying we need to go follow and rescue these people. Actually, if it's up to me, I say we head back to Candle. This doesn't seem like our problem.
Well, a problem shared is a problem halved.
I don't like where this is going, he says. Sniggle Flick kind of nods at that. He says, I know if I got captured by a bunch of gnolls, I'd want someone to save my ass, so... Still, sounds like there's a lot of them. This could be dangerous.
We could probably take the smaller group.
We could possibly take a smaller group.
He looks around, he says, where's the kid?
Oh, fuck knows, we don't care.
He sighs and walks in the house. Keller!
What?
What are you doing?
I'm looking for records of names of people. No, just at least so that we know who they were.
Says, this place is huge. Come on. I think we're planning to follow one of the groups, and if we're going to do that, we should leave. We don't have time to go looking at papers.
Why are we following one of the groups? Like, what really is the point?
I don't know. Talk to the gnomes. Sniggleflick says, well, that was just a suggestion. I don't know, Clyde. This seems like, as I said, could be dangerous. You sure we want to go and make this our problem?
Well, it could be like the good old days.
How many were there in each group? Could you guess?
A couple hundred. What does it matter?
Matters, because can I just state, we barely managed to do this lot.
Clyde says, yeah, I do still have these arrows sticking out of my armor, so I wouldn't mind a rest if we're going to do this.
We need to decide what's the target. Are we going to save the people, or are we going to fight gnolls? Because if we do one, it'd be easier. If you want to free the people, that will be easier. We can do it at night when they're asleep.
Well, they have a lead on us. If we wait too long, they might get to their tribe or wherever they're taking these people. But if we rush in, we could get ourselves killed, so...
Which way are we going, north or west?
They kind of look at Clyde.
Going to the least number one would be the easier target, but going to the one that has more would probably lead us to where their main base is. So it's entirely down to what we're going for.
Well, it's a choice to make, Oliver says, kind of leaning against the house. I'm just the muscle. You guys tell me, what are we doing?
Clyde, Omdal, any ideas?
I don't know. I don't think we want to find the main base. We can't do anything there anyway. The smaller group was headed west.
Yeah, they were heading west of here. Or, sorry, east of here, not west.
Oh, east.
Yeah. Through the eastern entrance, over here, kind of behind the house.
What's
That
to
sounds
the
reasonable.
east? What's to the east and what's to the north of us?
Do you have survival?
I don't, but Oliver does.
So Oliver would say, I don't know these caves too well. Didn't really do much in Last Light. I mean, it's a fucking farm. Why would I come up here? Sniggle will give me a survival check. Maybe he's been up here. No, he says, I don't know much about these lands either. Again, this, Oliver said, this is kind of off the beaten path.
James, you live here. You've lived here for a little bit. What's to the north and what's to the east of here?
Oh, right, sorry. North of here, give me a persuasion check. Again, he seems kind of nervous. Jeez, look at you. He says, well, north of here, there's a mine. It's where, well, sometimes, I think, people still use it to mine iron every now and then, but it's, mostly abandoned. I don't think, there's much iron left in it. It was used more in the old days when the, colony was first started. I don't know what's I don't know what's east of here. Those are just caves. I'm guessing that's maybe where their base is, or I don't know. Maybe their base is north as well. But that's the only thing I know of in the area. Is that old mine.
How far away is the old mine, and how far away are the caves? Like days travel, hours travel?
Well, the caves are right here. I don't know, what's to the east of here. The mine, if I remember correctly, is a couple hours journey to the north. Through some old, not the most safe caverns. I think there's been reports of giant spiders in them. So it's definitely not the safest area to go.
What do we want to do?
I don't know, the mine sounds scary. I don't want to go there.
You'd rather do caves that we know nothing about?
I mean, we've been walking through caves all our lives.
Yeah.
The caves we know.
Yeah, unknown caves are always risky. There's the problem of being caught in the darkness too long. If you go too far from the sunstones without a light source.
Oh yeah, James. In the past week, did like a mysterious woman come by? I give him like a rough description from what I know.
He says, "Oh, yeah, actually, that sounds familiar. I think I talked to a lady like that. Came from Candle a few days ago. Don't know what happened to her though. No, she never really gave me a name. She was asking, what did she ask? I don't remember. She was asking some questions of the people around here. She asked me what my name was and where I was from, but that's about it. We talked a little bit about. Well, I've been all over. And he seems to hesitate a little. He says, I mean, it's not that relevant.
Well, considering that she tried to set an ambush at Candle with Unkegs,
Wait, what?
and yeah, and then she's come here, and then Knowles have attacked here. So maybe you might want to. How far away is it where you're from?
Oh, I didn't know anything about an ambush at Candle. She seemed like a normal person to me. She had a bow, but most people who travel the caves have weaponry. I mean, I've been all over the place. Is there a particular location you're looking for?
No, I just want to figure out what she's. How long before the Knowles attack did she leave?
I don't really know. Sorry, I wasn't keeping track of her. I assumed she was here when they attacked, but maybe she wasn't.
What do we want to do? Do we want to go? We want to go east. Is that it?
Kind of seems like the thing to do, even.
My vote is to head back to Candle, Oliver says. He raises his hand.
Problem with doing that, Oliver, is that if they attacked here, they might attack us next, and I don't think we can repel.
Says Candle?
Plus.
Candle is a huge gate. They ain't getting into Candle. I mean, I guess they could find a side cave we didn't know about, but I'm pretty sure those are all sealed. And we have more defenses there than they do here. I still say we should go help them, Sniggleflick says. At least try. I mean, if it turns out there's 100 of them, we could always fall back. And Oliver says, yeah, after they murder us.
It's 1 to go and 1 to leave. Umdal, go or leave.
Come on, we're the heroes of Candle. We already saved a bunch of people from Ankegs. This'll just make us even more popular.
That's just some bullshit some old man made up.
Well, yeah, but everyone ate it up. They think we're great there. Come on, if we actually save some people, that would be great, Sniggle says.
What Candle's not going to care about people we save here? They're really not going to give a shit.
Sure they will. We're heroes.
They won't. Umdal, what do you want to do? Stay or go?
Well,
go home.
Okay.
When you say stay or go, do you mean like save the people or go back to
Save
Candle?
the people or go back. Save the people or go back. Clyde, save the people or go back to Candle.
Do we lose Clyde?
He's muted.
Wake up, old man.
Maybe he stepped away for something.
Probably has, knowing him. Having a fag.
So Amdal, what was your vote, to go back to Candle or to try to help the people?
Umdal was to go back.
Okay.
I flipped a coin and it led it to go back home.
2 back, 1 to stay.
Well, what about Keller?
Okay. Mine is to go back. birds to go back.
So-
For no sense adventure.
Oh, do we get our...
Yeah, we got our grumpy old man back. But what do you want to do, Clyde?
Well, you guys decide to go back, so
James says, if you guys can help us out, I know I'd want to see Ellie back safe. Maybe, I mean, they might be willing to pay you for your trouble. Those of them who are still alive.
How much money do farmers?
oh, I don't think we'd want money for doing such a kind deed.
Of course he would want money.
He says,
Right.
well,
So,
I might know where there's some money if you can help me get Ellie back.
how much money?
He says,
Well, this is a point. If we don't find this woman, we don't get paid for that job.
Yeah, and also our best lead to the woman is probably with the nose now.
Exactly.
so will you help us? Or will you help me? I can, like I said, maybe I can get you some money.
We'll go and have a look at how dangerous it is. If it's too dangerous, no.
James would nod and he says, oh, that's completely fair. I appreciate that, all of you.
I don't really care.
Oliver just sighs. He says, God damn it, I thought we were actually going to go back. Oh, he's so close to doing the smart thing, and then we decide not to.
Well, technically, we could still do the smart thing because we only are going
Hey,
to go
remember,
see.
you're just the muscle, we're the brains. We decide
Yeah.
what the smart thing is.
Right, are we resting first or are we going a little ahead and then resting?
Yeah, that is up to you. You've already had probably about half an hour of a rest, because you've been here a half an hour or so looking around and just figuring things out. So you could spend another half hour and get a short rest.
Yeah, the
Unless we're trying to track people, time that.
Yeah, but the food is good here.
James would say, well, yeah, they already have a head start. I don't know if there's time even for that.
It's half an hour. It's not going to make a difference entirely. Like, we're not going to ambush them on the road.
Unless it rains or.
Oh, it can't
They're
rain underground.
I've never seen it rain underground. That tends to be a
I've
flood.
seen it rain twice.
Yeah, when it floods.
No.
Sniggleflick just laughs. He says, you just messing with them now?
That old kook, I have no idea.
Alright, so are you going to wait the half hour?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I vote for it.
Alright, so...
And I'm gonna use prestidigitation to create the sound of rain hitting the roof.
there you are.
Right.
Uh, So yeah, time is passing.
How do I roll hit dice for a sidekick during the show?
I don't know if he has a
Yeah, yeah,
button.
just one hit. You don't. You just roll whatever it says its hit dice is, and then I'll just fun modifier.
Yes. So his hit points are D8, and it's +2 for each one. He has 5 of them, it looks like.
No, you only get one hit dice, and the 5 is just to calculate his base HP.
Okay, so 1,
Oh, so he has a D8. Alright.
3.
Yeah,
You get 3.
level 1 like a. No, the level 1 like everyone else, so 1 hit dice.
Alright.
That's 3.
So you rest. He would gain back 3 hit points. Anyone else spending hit dice?
Clyde will in a second when I get back to my desk.
You already rolled.
Alright.
Not Clyde, Sniggleflick.
So Clyde, or not Clyde, Oliver says, alright, well, let's see what we find, I guess. Still don't like this. And give me survival checks, the two of you.
Hey, James, are you coming with us?
He says, yeah, you couldn't keep me here.
Maybe why you hid your wardrobe for 2 hours.
Could you roll the survival for Sniggleflip, please, Reagan? Making
Yeah.
Right.
Alright, so survival. Got a 10. Alright, Oliver's doing a little bit better. So you're tracking the trail through this cave. It's pretty easy to follow, actually. There's a good amount of people, so they left a bunch of signs of passage. So you travel through the overworld. Or not overworld, but the big map. How long are you following the trail for?
What time of day is it? It was 7 o'clock when we got there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was about that, so we've only got a few more hours of travel before we rest.
So I'd say we'll follow it for a couple of hours, would you say?
Until like 8 p.m, because that's probably Clyde's bedtime.
Okay.
Clyde's definitely early to bed, early to rise sort of guy.
That's like we're getting very close to them, in which case I think we might like just hold off a little. It depends how close we get.
Alright, give me one moment. Alright, so you're moving through the cave. A couple of hours pass. And, say 13, Keller.
Yeah.
Well, Clyde would, or not Clyde, jeez, I keep forgetting his name. Oliver would stop the group. He says, I think we might be getting close.
How close?
He says, I don't know, but these tracks look fairly fresh, and I'm starting to hear noises up ahead. Why don't you take a listen, Keller? You're usually pretty good at hearing things.
Alright. Alright. The elf ears, dear. Right. Perception check.
Yeah. Alright, so 13 passive. Yes, you do think you hear noises up ahead. Very faint. So you might be getting close to something.
I think we're getting very close to something. I don't know if it's the ones we're pursuing. Should I go ahead and see what I can see, staying in the shadows without a light source?
He whispers, as long as you're careful, there might be a couple of them. Says, honestly, I don't think we could sneak up on them anyway. We got too many armored people with us. So we might just want to... Or go ahead.
I agree with you entirely, but knowing what's ahead of us would help.
Yeah.
Isn't it just Oliver that's heavily armored?
Oliver's got...
Isn't Sniggleflick, doesn't he have heavy armor? Or at least medium armor?
I'm trying to remember if chain check gives disadvantage, but we're underground. No. He doesn't have disadvantage, he gets advantage from being in caves.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it might be good to send someone to take a look. Again, I don't feel the best about you doing this, but it seems like you're somewhat capable at sneaking, so...
Alright. I'll go ahead if everybody's okay with that, and I'll stick to the shadows. And I'm gonna like hug the darkness as best I can and stealth.
Alright, give me a moment to check something.
Bad, I rolled a 3.
Actually, we are at about the halfway point. Why don't we do our normal 10-minute break here and come back after?
Sure.
All right. Yeah, let's do that.
I'll just sit here nomming on my my roast dinner that I've just had delivered.
Fair enough.
Whilst I'm eating. How's it going, Friday? Is Friday here?
I think he's either muted or.
Oh, yeah, I think the new person is still here. He might just be muted.
Oh, hello. Oh, hi.
Hello,
Sorry about
how
that.
you doing? No, it's fine. How you doing?
Good, good. Eating some oatmeal. Sounds like you guys are into caves. Mind if I ask what happened?
Although the cataclysm happens, you know, destruction of the entire surface world. And if
Wait,
humanity
what?
won't jazz.
I didn't understand what you just said, but I'm sure my character won't know either what happened.
Oh, just a major cataclysm. The entire surface world was destroyed in hellfires and blah blah blah.
Okay. I think willful ignorance is probably the best then, because my character grew up underground.
I think we all have grown up underground.
Oh. Everyone else's? I
Yeah.
thought you were, like, start out on the high ground and then some cataclysm happened.
No, the cataclysm happens, I think, like ages. Like, it's going on. So, like, town we're in, well, the town we are from is like 200 years old and was founded, so. It's. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe next time you guys head into a city or something, you'll probably run into my character.
Your mimic
Ugh.
will probably eat me.
Gosh. No.
So what are you playing? Are you playing a sidekick character or just a
I
character
am-
with a sidekick?
I'm playing a, not a doppelganger. What are they? Changelings.
Okay.
Yes. I don't want to get into too much detail, but he's a mime. A traveling
Yeah.
mime. Yes, he does not talk unless it's worth talking.
Oh, we've got another one of these performing types for you.
Oh, God.
Arndal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you know him, right? He's one of your buddies.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'd always told me never to mix with entertainers.
I've been trying to figure out what class I should make him. Because you don't need to have the Beastmaster class to have a pet, right? That's just for flavor.
I don't know what you're doing, so is it a sidekick mimic or
Um, I guess there
No, it wouldn't be a.
there's a
nightmare.
rough idea that I want for this character. He's got like a traveling monkey essentially that happens to be a mimic. That's the way I'm trying to play the personality of the characters. It's like a thing that hops around collecting money from people as he does his does his performances and all that. You'll sometimes do acts with him.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I don't know what you've spoke to with Raven and read upon from a Mimic Pack.
I'm trying to figure that out. Like, how do I stat a mimic so it's not like OP in combat or something? Like, because I still want to use him for combat, but at the same time, there's the roleplay aspect. Like, I've got a pet mimic. This thing does cool tricks. It can do this and this. It can turn into things. It's a really cool character that is just. I'm having trouble figuring it out.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to use the standard Mimic stat block.
Now, what I've been led to believe is that there's usually baby stat blocks. Like, you can have a baby mimic, and that'll be like, what, 9 hit points, and then like a few of the base stats for a mimic.
Yeah,
I don't know.
There's a tiny Mimic. I don't know what source that is.
I don't want to cause too much trouble in Raven's campaigns. Like, if the mimic is gonna break something, I won't run with it. But if it's allowable, it's allowable.
Yeah, I don't know of any standard small Mimics. I don't know. Maybe you can homebrew something. Or use a homebrew Mimic block.
I think I know what I'm gonna go for. I have this idea in my mind. It is going to be a Beastmaster Ranger, but then I'm going to level into a Bard as well,
Okay.
so we can get those bardic abilities, charming abilities, and stuff. I'm trying to think of like magic that would add to his performances to make him like do acrobatic things or something like that. I had this idea about doing a cartwheel up a wall and then flipping off and landing on his feet.
Yeah, Spider Climb could work for that, or something along those lines.
Oh yeah. It's not the first acrobat I've ever made. I had another one who is basically a oh shoot, what do they call it? Tabaxi? Tabaxi, I think they're called. A tabaxi raised in a circus who was thought to be a kitten until they reached like a certain age and they realized this thing walks normal like a human. It's talking. Oh, the cat is talking. What? And then people realized this isn't a baby cat. This is a humanoid with thoughts and understanding.
Alright, I'm back.
Hi.
Put on my coffee.
Raven, I got a question. How would you stat a mimic? So it's not like broken for combat. I don't want to ruin your campaign, but at the same time, it's like a really cool idea to have something like that.
I'm not sure. I'd have to take a look at it.
Yeah. Is that is like one of the things that my character has. I just don't know how to run it properly. I'm not that experienced with it.
You could do like a Beastmaster thing and just give it like pet stats or something.
Yeah. I don't usually run pets. That's the reason why I like to run this character, because I just want to get the experience with it.
Alright.
It's fun.
Yeah. Is everyone back?
Yep.
Alright. I might need to step away for a moment to get the coffee I put on, but yeah, we could probably keep going for now.
I didn't hear Omdal.
Oh, is Omdal not back?
What? I'm here.
Oh,
Okay.
there you are. Yeah. I was like, we're gonna start without Omdal. No.
Yeah, I believe he is here.
All right.
We're all here. Let's watch Kanda die horribly.
And then I come in and save the day. Woo!
So let's see. There is. You're coming in from this direction. All right. Give me a stealth check.
I'm gonna mute myself again.
Oh,
All right. Yeah. No worries.
26. Interesting.
Nice roll. So. Where is your character? Alright, so you're coming in from the north back here. Oh, you stretched your...
I haven't.
Wide color.
That was weird.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's a Titan!
apparently.
No one's watching.
So up ahead, you would see some light. It looks like several gnolls are sitting down with a bunch of humans who are tied up. I don't know if you could see that.
Yeah, I can see them. They're all over here.
You don't think they've noticed you. What do you want to do?
Along a little bit more.
Wait, why is it set to all players? It should just be set to Keller. I got these backwards.
No, sorry, thought that was intentional.
They're gonna
Instead of
see me
women.
die.
Yeah, it should just be you and the stream that could see. There we go. But yeah, you see up in the darkness ahead the gnolls, and it looks like several farmers who are all pretty banged up, and looks like they're not in the best spirits, obviously. What do you want to do?
What? This here. Does it look like? Does that just look like a hole?
Do you have survival?
I'm trained.
So, the ceiling looks a little odd there, but you don't know much about what it is.
And there's no like enforcements, no barricades, nothing built up to protect like a little camp. but it just stopped.
Yeah, you don't see tents or anything. They may just be resting.
I'm gonna stealth across here.
Give me another stealth check. Alright, so you make some noise as you're stealthing. Luckily, the gnolls don't seem attracted by it. They just continue talking to each other.
Okay, so then I'm going to. I want to see what kind of damage the bit. Perhaps the most
Alright, heading down south, it looks like another section of the cave area down there. But you don't see any other gnolls down here or anyone hiding as far as you can tell.
okay, just where it leads. 'Cause I don't like that at all. Of course. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the cave goes in several different
Yeah.
directions.
Just if I think they're going to come back on us. I don't know if they've headed. Okay, cool. I'll head back to the group.
Alright.
Tell them everything I've seen. The
Uh,
fact that there's
give me one more stealth check as you leave the area. Okay.
tell them everything I've seen, and then I'll also say, and then if you go down south, there's more tunnels.
Okay,
So,
and what have you seen?
okay, so I saw about 3-4 gnolls potentially with a bunch of farmers, but they're all strange, but they've not got any encampments. But there was something really weird with the ceiling at one point. Then further down
There's
south,
something weird, what?
something weird with the ceiling, but I don't know what. Maybe Oliver
Oh,
or Sniggleflick can tell us. If we go
Maybe,
further
if I
down
see
south,
it.
there's some other tunnels down there, but I don't know where they lead. But there are other tunnels further down. We could potentially go and hide in if we just want to follow them. Depends what we want to do. Do you want to ambush them or what?
Well, I think we need to know why the ceiling's strange. Because that might be a trap. Or it might be unstable.
Yeah.
Or it might be 101 different things.
Problem is that they are right next to where the ceiling's unstable, so it might make noise.
Well,
Make noise.
we could try to sneak up. Maybe I'll take a look at it. If not, we might need to just see what we can do.
Yeah. Should I go with Sniggleflick?
At that point, we may as well all go.
Okay.
Rather than just continually do little scouting missions.
Okay.
I'm done.
Yeah,
Opinion?
let's go.
Right. Give me stealth checks as you are approaching.
Okay.
And I need from the NPCs as well.
It's just Dex, isn't it?
Yeah, and just be roll decks.
Sniggleflick's a ghost.
Apparently. Alright, so 11 is your lowest roll. Alright. So I'll use the party token for the initial approach.
Okay.
So as you're coming down this way, you come around the corner, you see the area. You're all being fairly stealthy. Unfortunately, Oliver would make some noise. He says, or whispers, the ceiling looks unstable there. Could be brought down with a solid hit. And
Set up a firing line just ahead of us. Shoot at them, see if they come towards us. If they do, start aiming up.
Alright, so as you're there, one of the gnolls who's farther ahead will start kind of looking in your direction. And he will say something to his companions, who all start kind of looking back in that direction where you all are. What do you want to do?
Try and stay out of sight, I guess.
Yeah. I'm hugging the wall, trying to like hide between stalagmites.
I'm gonna load a bolt into my crossbow and aim it up at the ceiling.
Alright.
I'll draw an arrow as well in my short bow.
So,
And Oliver will bring out the heavy crossbow and ready to fire it as well. At the ceiling as well.
give me initiative rolls.
Sneak of Luke.
Yeah, go ahead, pull
Okay.
yourselves on there.
Clyde. Back there.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think there are people in your group that need light to see in the caves.
Only Oliver.
Oliver's the only one, yeah.
So he would have had to have had his light on up until recently, which may have
If he
given
had
him
his
away.
light, so if he had his light, I think he'd probably in the back there then. But it didn't really like show us up. Be there. Okay, I need torch.
All right.
Are those are the last rolls, aren't they? Do we want to clear it before?
Is everyone on there?
No.
Go ahead and
No.
roll for whoever's
No.
missing.
I'm stupid. I forgot to roll initiative.
Okay. So, as they're approaching, one of them will yell something in Gnollish. Oliver would get to act first. What does he want to do?
Oliver will. How far away are they? Hundred to 400. Yeah. I was going to fire his heavy crossbow at that one.
So he says, "We've been made." He takes a shot. Uh, 14. I think that would actually hit. Catching their ranger guy off guard. He shoots him for 5 piercing. Ah! And the ranger again yells something in in Knoll. Anything else for Oliver?
Load the crossbow again if you can. That's it.
Alright, Keller.
Okay. I am going to fire an arrow. How far away is it? That one. I'm going to fire an arrow at the one nearest me. That one. Okay, so I need short bow.
Yeah, that would crit. Or 12.
Don't get sneak attack.
Nope. Anything else?
I'm going to try and hide between the stalagmites or give myself cover with the stalagmites. So, yeah, I'll back up into them as best I can.
Alright, the ranger yells something in Knoll again. He is going to move down this way and take a shot. I guess at Sniggle.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Did my tools break? It looks like it. Reset them real quick. Stupid API scripts.
Oliver fires the last shot, and all the gnolls are dead.
He starts, yelling something at the gnolls around him. This is what he looks like in case you're interested. First time seeing one like this. Alright, did that fix it? Looks like it did. Alright, so yeah, he takes a longbow shot at Sniggle. So first shot. Ooh, 21 I'm thinking hits him.
Yeah.
Doing 6 piercing. Second shot. Pew! 18 will hit again. Doing another 8. Ooh, and Sniggle's not looking great. And he's also slowed by 10.
By
And
10 per hit.
till the end of the creature's next turn. So that's it for the ranger guy. This guy here is going to run over to the humans and start getting them up to their feet. So he's doing that for his turn. Sniggle flick.
Okay. Is it slowed by 10 per hit?
No, just by 10.
Okay.
He kneecapped you. Took an arrow to the knee.
You did. Fuck it. Against this guy.
Huh?
Against this one. 10 to hit. Cool. That's single flick.
Does he have enough range to hit him from here?
Disadvantage, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, 10 would not be enough, unfortunately. As he just hucks the
Yeah.
dart really far into the cave. Anything else?
No, that's him.
I missed one of those. Oh, alright, he just shot and missed, I think. Omdal.
I'm gonna move here. Hack the guy. Take an Eldritch Blast.
Oh, do you not have... Why is it not giving your... You don't have dark vision, right?
Yes, I do.
You do? 60 feet?
Yeah.
Why does it keep not saving that? That's really annoying me now. Let me try saving it again. Alright, you can see now?
I could see before
Weird.
because the gnolls have light.
Oh, but I mean, well, anyway, all right. So who are you shooting
Yeah.
at? Sorry, I missed that.
The guy with the green circle.
All right, so he's taking cover. But 21 will strike him. So you do 8 points of force damage because he's
And I
not
hexed
marked
him
yet.
before. I hexed him before, I said that.
Oh, did we go through a round? Did I skip? Wait, why is?
Hex is a bonus action.
Yeah, but why? Did I just like this guy hasn't done anything? Did I just miss a turn? Like, what the hell's going on?
You took a turn with this guy instead, I think.
Yeah, you did the wrong knoll.
Oh,
Oh, no, there's only one knoll on the tracker. No, both of them are. You moved this knoll in.
yeah, I don't know. Must have skipped him. That's weird.
This knoll took his turn out of turn instead of this one.
Yeah, I must have done something. All right. Well, so he is hexed. You shoot him for 10. Got it. And he is wounded.
Okay, and then see. Too close. I'm gonna move back here and go prone if I can.
Yeah.
All right, and you go prone. So this guy here, I'll just take his turn now. He's gonna fire at. Well, you're prone, so yeah, he's gonna fire at Sniggle. Pew! Ooh, 21. I think that will hit him.
Yep.
So he would take 6 piercing, and I think he goes down. As he takes an arrow. So that's it for... Yeah, what is going on with the initiative? It's none...
Yeah, you took his turn when you should have took the other guy's turn, so he's already had a turn this round.
Okay. Yeah, so the Knoll Hunter went already. Clyde, what are you gonna do? Unfortunately, your buddy has been brought down. Oh.
Yeah, let's focus. Let's hit the one that's already injured. This one, firebolt.
Alright, so you rush up, throwing a firebolt. Yeah, 17 would get him even with the cover.
8 fire damage.
He would go down.
And then let's drop prone.
Alright, the Flesh Gnawer is going to scream angrily. And just start running right at you guys. So he is going to run 30 feet and then dash 30 feet. New round, Oliver. Oliver says shit as he sees Sniggle is down.
No, sorry for that. Sorry, that's weird. I'm just gonna come put the thing away, draw out his shield, go there, and take the dodge action.
Alright,
To draw the Knoll's attention.
Keller.
Right. Keep forgetting him right after myself. Okay, cool. I am going to fire at the one. No, I'm not. That's no. You have to do with that. Okay. No. Okay, cool. I'm gonna fire at the one with the green circle around it. Short bow.
Alright, you take a shot. Note 12 would not be enough as he catches it. Or no, he doesn't catch with his shield. He would just sidestep it because I forget this guy does have a bow out.
I'm gonna like step further into the spikes to try and hide, get out of dodge.
All right. This Knoll is going to hyena laugh as he fires at your front line here. Pew! Nope. He would catch it with the shield. This Knoll is going to start yelling at the humans and moving them. So they kind of move this way, and he is going to move with them. Sniggle is dead. Amdal.
I'm gonna move my hex, that angry-looking one in front of.
Alright, bonus action, hexing
Yep.
him.
And then I'm gonna stand up and take an Eldritch Blast.
You blast him, but 10 is not enough, and he would dodge it as he's rushing up at you.
And then I'm gonna take a step back and go for.
Alright, the hunter's dead. Clyde.
Fuck this guy rolling up on us.
Alright, so you blast him. Nasty hit. As he is slowed a little, but is still angrily rushing. Almost like he's in some kind of religious trance. Anything else?
I'm gonna stand up and stay standing.
Alright. So this guy is gonna just run right up to your frontline fighter, screaming as he does. Start multi-attacking. So it bites at him first. Luckily he was dodging, so he blocks that, and then he goes to shank him with his double short swords. Which he keeps him back for all 3 attacks. New round, Oliver.
Right, Oliver's just gonna dodge. That's it. Oliver's just gonna keep him there and dodge. That's it.
Alright, Keller.
Right, I'm going for the one attacking Oliver right now.
Yeah, 18 is gonna strike him.
And then I get sneak attack from him attacking Oliver.
Yep.
Which gives me... Come on.
So 13, so you get him right in the side. And he goes down. Anything else?
No, I'm gonna stay hidden in the stalagmites.
Alright, Noel over here is going to start retreating. He goes 30 feet, firing a shot at Clyde here. Pew! 12? Nope, looks like that would just miss, right?
Yeah, that just misses.
Alright, this Knoll here is going to keep yelling at the humans, moving them further off into the darkness here. And following after them. Amdal.
I'm gonna stand up, move here, hex that guy that I can see,
Yeah.
and Eldritch Blast.
Alright, and let loose some blasts. Alright, yeah, 14 will strike him because he doesn't have his shield out. Oof. Yeah, he is blasted for 11 and goes down.
No, wait, oh yeah, it didn't add the. You duplicated my my actions, and it's not applying agonizing blast, but
I get agonizing blast
Yeah.
till 2nd level.
I took the feed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he is down with the hex.
Okay, that's.
Anything else? Alright, Clyde. Oliver would be like, damn it, Do we follow them? It looks like they're trying to retreat.
Yeah, you follow him. Let's try and heal Sniggleflick. Try
Alright.
it anyway. He's
So-
dead, man.
You flesh Nars down. Oliver says, back me up. I assume he's gonna double move, or...
No, Oliver is going to do 30, which will get him to that way. Because we're going to avoid the thing he said will cause a cave in. And take the dodge action. Oh no, no one can see him. Well, he can't see anyone doesn't mean no one can see him, so he's going to take dodge action then.
Alright, you would take the dodge. Keller.
Okay, I am going to then River 30. I'll do that. I'm going to sticking close to the wall and the stalagmites. Action and then bonus, and then movement and then action dash to there, avoiding the cave-in bit.
Alright, so the knoll at this point is moving everyone out of sight somewhere into the darkness. You don't know where he is. He hasn't left the map yet, though, so it isn't a full-on retreat. Amdal.
I'm gonna move down here with dash.
Alright, you rush past. I don't know if you see him.
No.
Yeah, you don't see him yet. Clyde, unfortunately, you think Sniggle has been killed. Got an arrow in his neck.
Cool. There's no point me chasing after them because I'm slow, so that's me.
Oh, you're not... Well, I guess you're 20 feet, but yeah, or 25 feet.
Yeah.
New round, Oliver.
Okay, so he's pretty sure that they're not. They can't see him, so. Really hard. Okay, cool. Oliver will move to here.
Alright, he starts rushing. Maybe picks up a torch.
He's standing by the torch, so. See.
He could grab it. Oh, I guess he has a weapon in his hand, so he couldn't pick it up.
It's like his sword and his shield, so.
Keller.
Great. And I will. Yeah, I'll go there. Action, movement to here.
Okay.
And use that as a block cover.
You hear a scream in the darkness. Ah! And Amdal, it's your turn.
Dash after him. Sick.
Alright, so dashing. You probably hear them close by at this point. You don't see them yet, though. There's definitely something going on over here. Anything
Yeah,
else?
Can't do anything without seeing.
Clyde.
There's no chance of me catching up with people. I'm gonna stay here.
Alright, Oliver.
Okay, so. That's too risky. Alright, cool. He will go here and then take dodge.
Keller.
Just leapfrogging this is. We'll do that. Yeah.
Alright.
It's gonna read us back round. Okay.
There is another yell in the darkness. Oh, Amdal.
Well, let's first 30 here.
Alright, so I think you see him now. It looks like he is killing the prisoners.
I'll move here with, but I can still see him. So then I can move my Hex to him and Eldritch Blast.
Alright, so it looks like he's about to stab a third person as you move your Hex and blast at him. 14 would be enough, because he doesn't have his shield out right now. Doing 13, which wounds him. Anything else?
Nope.
Alright, Clyde, you're staying where you are. Oliver.
Will move. Well, he's seen Amdal firing at Sonny, so he will move up there. Yeah, no.
I don't think he can see, unfortunately, because he doesn't have the dark vision.
He can move there and take a dodge action, preparing. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Alright, Killer.
We'll come along here and like use the stalagmite to give me. Oh no, wait, I'm good. Along here. Giving this. Oh. So this side, you use the stalagmite to cover, and then I'll fire on him.
Alright, you fire on him from cover. Yeah, 16 will strike. And 9, or wait, 7
Evan, because it was a natural 20 on the
actually would be enough to take him down as he's about to try to stab a third person. Alright, so all the gnolls seem to be dead. What do you want to do?
Just raid the bodies.
Alright, well, they, again, don't have too much. More arrows. You probably get about 5 gold pieces among them.
How many arrows do they have? Because I'll take all of them.
I guess, actually... Never mind, there are a couple of higher level ones. Looks like 18 gold pieces. About 10 arrow or 20 arrows. Ranger had most of them. But not much else. The people are very thankful that you saved them. Several of them are mourning the deaths of their friends, but they come up and say, thank you for saving us.
I shall join them in mourning.
As Sniggleflick has fallen. They say, who are you? What are you doing here?
Yeah, any of you called Ellen?
Yeah, James runs up, and he says, is Ellen with you? And they look at him like, James, no, I think Ellen was taken with the other group. He sighs and says, damn it. Do you know where they were taking you? And they just kind of shrug and say, no, I don't, I'm sorry. Maybe they have a base nearby.
Can I come down and investigate where he got them to? Just around here.
Yeah, so, I mean, the cave continues off to the east. If you want to investigate, there's probably not much to find here. Just looking, it looks like he was trying to get them to leave. I mean, you would guess, give me an insight check. Yeah, he probably realized he couldn't escape with prisoners, so he just figured he'd try to give you guys the finger by killing a bunch of them, because he didn't think he was going to get away with his life. That would be your guess, anyway.
Okay.
Because, yeah, he unfortunately took out 2 of the 5.
Okay. Right. Clyde, I'm so sorry about Sniggleflick. Did we bury him? Cremate him? Taking back to Handel.
Of course he's going back.
He was a good man, Oliver says, or a good gnome. We should definitely bring him back.
Nah, Oliver, you shut up.
Say, I liked him too. It was funny.
Yeah, well, maybe next time you should be less useless.
Says, hey, it's getting shot at up there. What do you mean useless?
Yeah, and doing nothing about it.
Yeah, and you were the one who got seen.
He says, well, I told you I'm not a stealther. What do you want?
Just pull your weight.
Well, he did save you from getting hit by that knoll.
He fucking saved no one.
Because look, everyone's pissed off. I get it. But anyway, we should probably head back to Last Light. There's nothing more we can do here. Just bring our dead and get whatever supplies we can.
Okay. And just quick clarification. Sidekicks, no death saves, no nothing. They're just dead.
Yeah, they'd be dead at 0.
Okay.
Same as enemies.
Rather than the sidekick rules. Okay.
If someone has medicine, you might be able to save them. Does anyone have medicine in the group?
No.
Yeah. So no one really. Or go ahead.
Best healer is the artificer.
Yeah.
Healer.
So medicine check, I sometimes let. You might be able to save NPCs at 0 health. Otherwise, yeah, they just die. Same thing with like enemies you down. You can sometimes keep them from dying. Like with surgeon techniques. Primitive stuff,
Right.
but yeah. So you're heading back?
Heading back to Candle, or are we heading back to Light with the slot?
Heading back to Candle, there's no point taking 4 people back to fucking Light.
Okay.
I mean, light is on the way, right?
We have to pass it, but
Yeah, you'd have to go to Last Light to... I mean, I guess you don't have to, but trying to pathfind through the caves would be much more dangerous.
Yeah, just the quickest way back to Candle.
Alright, so you travel back to Last Light first. Give me one moment. It's a couple of hours to get back there. So-
Yeah, I'm gonna ask them, like, the real reason we're here is this woman. And I'm gonna describe.
As you're traveling?
Yeah.
Okay. So... One of them, says, yeah, there was a lady like that here, I think a few days ago. But she left, before, the attack, actually. I thought she went back to Candle, but I don't know exactly. She said she was she was heading to Candle.
Was she leaving right before the attack or a few days?
Oh, I don't know. It was kind of weird because she said she had come from Candle, but yeah, for some reason she was heading back there. I don't know. I didn't really question her too much. I think, and one of them says it was like 2 days ago, I think. Yeah, I think about 2 days ago. So yeah, before the attack, since the attack happened this morning. This is why. Do you know this lady?
Caused an kind of attack in Candle. And we think she might be involved here too. But seems unlikely, no.
He says, yeah, this seems like some kind of Gnoll barbarian attack. I don't know. We haven't seen Gnolls in these parts for a while, though. I mean, their tribes are generally further north of here. Yeah, we don't usually have problems with them. It's more a problem for the caravans who are coming and going.
Do you have any idea why they might have split up?
He says no, and they took the larger group of them went north of the camp. I know when they had us prisoner, they sort of split us up. They took a bunch of our people north, and they took us, the 5 of us, to the east. So the larger group is probably with that northern party.
What's east? What is in that direction?
He says, "You got me." I mean, there's an old hermit who lives somewhere in these caves that trades with us, and I think she comes through those east tunnels sometimes. But yeah, I don't know of anything else out there. Just caves. I don't think even the caravans go in that direction. One of the other ones says it's there's some good hunting ground for some of the smaller spiders out there, but yeah, I don't know anything in particular. I mean, you could just go north to those spider caves if you're looking to hunt spiders. Another one says, well, maybe there's another Knoll encampment.
2 encampments for the same group?
Says, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what's going on here or where these guys come from. Alright, so you get back to Candle. Or not Candle, you get back to Last Light. And when you're approaching, you would notice there are soldiers here. When you return, you would find several groups of soldiers, probably from Candle, looks like town guards. As you approach, they have their crossbows, but they see it's you. They say, hey, survivors over here. Are you all right? They kind of
Can't you see the dead?
Says, oh gods, it looks like we have some fallen over here, and a bunch of soldiers run up. Hey, you guys are those Ankheg guys, right? Those heroes. I recognize you from the mill. Do you remember me?
No.
Oh, well, yeah, I was there. He seems kind of a little crestfallen. He says, well, what are you guys doing up here in Last Light? What happened? And the farmers sort of come forward and start talking to them, if you all don't want to speak with them.
We came here. We can't go on.
I was gonna say, Clyde's just being a grumpy old man.
Yeah.
No, we came
Clyde
here
lost his buddy.
Came here to get some answers, and we turned up, and there was a Knoll attack here, and we decided to try and save some people, and one of our group valiantly lost his life saving these people.
Ah, Sniggleflick. Yeah, I know him. 'Cause, yeah, we've talked before. He was a nice guy. I'm really sorry for his loss, or for your loss, Knolls. Jeez, it's been a bit since there's been any Knoll attacks in these areas. Well, what about the rest of the people? Any other survivors?
They're up to the north.
Yeah, why are you guys here?
As well, we got word one of the people of Last Light, I guess, got away, and yeah, they made their way south and told us about what happened. So we sent some, or Yuri sent some people up north to investigate. Hence why we're here. He says, I'm surprised you didn't bump into the survivors on the path. Maybe they took a different direction.
I mean, we stumbled upon some corpses on the path. Did you see them as well?
Yeah, we got them. Looks like some more dead up here. So you say there's more Knolls and they took prisoners to the north? And James says, yeah, I think they may have one of my friends as well. He says, it's a shame. I don't think there's gonna be much we could do. He says, we're securing this area for now, but yeah, we're not gonna send anyone up north. It would be too risky. At least not without backup. He Says you're welcome to stay here if you want to help us or head back to Candle. The road should be clear. We just came up from there a couple hours ago anyway.
What is it you're planning to do here?
Well, we're going to secure the place, send word back to Yuri, and see what we can do. I mean, in situations like this, the Knolls are pretty far ahead of us, and we can't just, go up there alone without knowing what's happening. We just get killed. So, we're just going to do what we can to secure Last Light and figure out our next steps. James says, but the people will be dead by then. You have to do something. And he says, I'm sorry, young one, but there's not much that can be done in this situation.
Well, we were planning on heading back to Candle, so we can go and tell Yuri if you want, and then we can hopefully return with more people if that's what we're going to do.
Oh, well, we already sent a message, he says. We sent a runner back, so I'm guessing she's going to send people up here. Usually in this sort of situation, we reinforce the area that was hit. But I don't think we'll see him till tomorrow.
Do we want to stay, or do we want to go back to Candle?
James kind of looks to the group. He says, can you do anything about those taken north? Maybe look into that as well? I mean, you saved these people. Maybe you can save them.
Clyde, it's your friend who died. Do you want to take him back and bury him right away?
More of them went north.
Yes.
He says, wow, you guys are... I don't know. That seems dangerous, the soldier says, but... I mean, I guess...
That's not dangerous. That's fucking stupid.
He says, I would agree, unfortunately. I don't think you guys should go. Yeah, I would agree with that, Oliver says. I think this is... I think this would be a mistake. We already lost one of our people.
Yeah, I can smaller group.
James seems a little desperate. He says, I can give you guys payment, I promise.
Yes, but it's not about that. It's about the fact of going and dying. So I'm sorry, but I'm not risking my life for someone.
He just sighs and says, I understand. And he's gonna kind of head back into the house at this point. The soldier nods. He says, well, as I said, we'll be here for now. We'll make sure this place is secure. If you guys are heading back, the south road should be safe. He says, what were you all doing up here? Looking for some woman?
Yes.
Oh, that woman... oh, wait, did you tell anyone about your investigation?
It would be down to Yuri to tell the guards, but I'll just say we were doing your job for you.
Well,
obviously you didn't do it.
We do appreciate that. We'll do what we can to clean things up.
Nah, too little, too late.
Clyde, it's up to you. Do you want to stay or go back to Candle to bury Sniggleflick?
What have we got to stay here for?
I was basically saying, do you want to travel tonight or do you want to rest and go tomorrow? What I'm asking.
There's no point resting, I don't think. It's only a couple hours up the road.
Okay.
Well, it is an 8-hour journey. If you remember.
8 hours, yeah.
Yeah, it's 9:30 right now. So it would be, yeah, you'd get there, you'd be traveling into the night to get back to Candle.
Okay, then rest and travel.
Okay.
Alright, so you are staying here for the evening. Guard says, well, we'll be watching the entrances. I don't know if you want to stay in the house or if you're going to stay outside and help keep watch. It's up to you.
We'll keep watch for a bit. Like, I'll probably do the bit that most people would sleep on, which is probably the middle of the night bit, so I'll probably do that and then sleep.
Says, I know you all are civilians, but right now, I'll take any sword arm I can get. We don't know if...
We are better than you. No, I completely agree.
He seems a little annoyed by the comment, but he says, well, you did take on a contingent of gnolls, so yeah, I would say you guys are probably more trained than most of our people. I mean, we mostly just break up bar fights. We don't do a lot of fighting with swords on the roads. At least not all of us. He says, I'm a reserve, so This is not something I have much experience in, but I'm doing my best to lead these guys. Alright. So you're gonna set camp on the outside in the farm here?
I was gonna do it in the actual building, but then just be on the outside for like guard watching and stuff.
There's no
Me and
point
Arlo.
not in the building.
One of the guards says there is a ladder to get to the roof. That might be a good vantage point, too.
Yeah, I just sit on the roof then. Me and Oliver will sit on the roof for the night bit. Well, no, Oliver's got no dark vision, can't see shit. Oliver will stay in and I'll just sit on the roof.
Alright. So, the evening is passing. Who is on night watch?
Probably one of the guards.
No, I mean from the group, because you have your watch rotation, right?
Really?
Yeah, I'll do it.
I mean, the guard can probably see better than me, so.
Oh wait, we don't have a
Okay.
watch rotation yet. Alright, well, that's fine.
I'll
So,
go first.
yeah, let's figure out watch rotation, might as well.
Didn't you say you're early to bed, early to.
I am, but watches.
Do you want to do the morning one then, if you're early to wake up?
Yeah, there's evening, night, and dawn, so there's only 3 of you. Although I guess you have your NPC, so you probably want him on one of the ones that isn't night.
Oliver will do dawn with Clyde. I will do night if no one else wants to do it. I'll do night if Arndal's okay doing evening.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Generally speaking, it only matters in places with sunstones, which this happens to be one of them, because generally it's always dark in the caves, but yeah. Alright, so who was on night?
Me.
So you are up on the roof. The moonlight is kind of relaxing. As you're laying there, you would hear a commotion coming from the north of the farm. There's a couple of yells.
Right, okay. I see. Well, I'm guessing I can't see anything from up on the roof.
It's dark. You think you see movement. You definitely hear noises, some shouts. You see a guard come running towards the south, says something to another guard who runs into the house to get some other people.
Okay, I'm guessing he's going to wake up our group, so I don't need to, so I'll move up over here and draw a bow and be ready.
Alright, so you see several more guards coming down coming towards the south. You can see them now, they kind of come into your vision. They have a very wounded looking man with them, who's kind of limping, and they're helping him. And they are leading him towards the house.
Okay, what does the man...
It looks like a
Okay.
farmer, possibly one of the candle farmers. Maybe someone else had escaped the knolls. It's hard to say.
Does it look like all the guards are going into the building with this bloke?
Yeah, it looks like they're kind of, they have him on their shoulder and they're helping him towards the building.
I'll stay on the roof so that at least someone's still on keeping an eye out whilst this is all going on.
Yeah, I mean, there could be other guards out there watching, but yeah, it seems like most of them, or a bunch of them at least, are with this guy.
Stay on top and watch, because I'm guessing the others will be awake by now.
So, Amdal, and I guess the rest of you, you're woken, just, they're letting you know that someone seems to have escaped the knolls, and they're treating him. They just want to let you know in case you want to speak with him if you care, or, you could just go back to bed. It's up to you.
Are the Norse coming here?
It doesn't seem like it, the guard says. I think this guy just escaped them.
Yeah, then I'm going back to bed. Thank you.
He nods. So the rest of the night would pass without issue. You can go ahead and take a long rest, and you guys would level up. Ta-da! So you are now level 2. Or wait, are you 3?
2.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, did I level you already? But no, I think you just hit 2. So yeah, you would gain a level, and you would get a long rest. So I'll give you some time to do that. But in the morning, what do you want to do? Or wait, I'll give you some time to level up first,
Yeah, I need some time to level, sorry.
because I know you all have some decisions to make.
At level 2. We do.
But you would basically find out that this guy seems to have escaped the gnolls who had brought the farmers to that nearby mine for some reason. And apparently the gnolls may have set up some kind of small settlement there. But the guy got away before anything happened. There were probably about 20 or 30 gnolls there in the mine.
Okay. Danny, just roll a d8, add Constitution modifier, and add that to Oliver's health. He also has second wind now, so he can use that once.
Yeah, unlike PCs, NPCs, yeah, if you want, you could just roll the d8 for the HP level up, or you could do average. It's up to you. Average might be easier to track, just in case you do level drain or something.
Let's see, what do I go with?
Oh, did you hear that you leveled up, Keller? Okay.
Yeah, is someone picking identify?
I've got it. People's ACs?
Sorry, what'd you say?
What are people's ACs?
17.
Okay. Keller. Go.
No? Yeah, cool. I haven't done me yet. I was doing Oliver. Do I gotta add second wind myself, or do I just drag it on from somewhere from?
You just copy and paste it in. And if not, you can't just add things to an NPC sheet
Okay, cool. So, okay.
because it's a class feature.
Yeah, the NPC sheets don't update as easily as the PC ones. It takes a little more work.
Roll20 doesn't have a sidekick.
No.
Option.
Yeah.
To do it using an NPC sheet and then not doing it yourself is basically just the easier way of doing an entirely custom sheet.
No, that's cool. Average. Next. I get cunning action. Yay! And that's it.
Okay.
My IC is still 16.
Let's forget. We'll do those.
Okay, so then I need to do.
I'm on second level, so I don't get any spells.
They don't get action surge, do? No, he doesn't get action surge. He's a thug, so it's only a fighter. It's only
No, it doesn't get action
second
surge.
wind.
It gets second wind.
Okay. One special action, bonus action.
How many things don't get a second wind? Two.
2 second wind.
1 second wind. I'm talking about my
1. Oh, sorry. Action.
2, 3, whatever.
Go. We now have a bag of holding.
Got your infusion.
I do.
Nice.
And then enhanced focus. For now. Told you not to fucking do that.
What templates do you use for sidekicks?
You use whatever NPC you're creating it from.
I mean,
and
what's
then modify it.
what's the challenge rating have to be? I should say that was my question.
Half or lower.
Half or lower? Okay.
Yeah. Sidekick, same average level as the group. Challenge rating in its stat block must be 1/2 or lower.
All right. Yeah, that's what for some reason I thought it was 1, but yeah, 1/2 makes more sense.
Is it 1d8 I roll for the second wind, or is it 1d10? So I can't
The
remember.
details are in second wind.
I think it's your hit dice, right?
It says 1d10 plus your fighter level, but I don't know if it's different for him because he's not a. Yeah.
Once you read the sidekick second wind, it's 1d10 plus the level.
Yeah, it should be 2 right now.
10.
Yeah, fuck it. We'll just go with Mind Sharpener. And now we will go with Enhanced Focus.
All right. Well, just let me know when you're all ready.
Is there an easy way to do this?
That's it.
Ooh, what's a skulk?
Pardon?
I'm just looking at possible sidekick things. Oh, it's an undead. Never mind.
What did that say?
Skeletons make the best sidekicks.
Are they 1/2? I guess they're lower, so yeah, you could use a skeleton.
Magic attack modifier +1. Add.
There's a reason you choose skeletons over zombies.
Nah, you choose this goblin, no, fucking deep gnomes. Deep gnomes are the best.
Snurf nibbling.
Snurf Nibbin, that's the one.
Yeah,
Until they die.
till they die.
Skeletal horses are like my favorite mount. Because they never tire, they're just always riding.
Pretty good for a mount. Sorry, what?
Undead.
Any other changes to the sidekick rules out of curiosity?
I don't think so. Just that they follow the NPC rules of death at 0 instead of unconscious. Everything else should be the same. I was just looking at. Well, yeah, I'll see what you want to do before I look too much into this. So yeah, what is the plan?
Getting back to bury Sniggleflick.
All right, so you are going back to Candle.
Believe so.
There's no reason not to.
All right. So in the morning, yeah, they would tell you that it looks like the Knolls might have some kind of encampment nearby at the mine. It seems like that's where they were taking everyone. And the group is going to head back to Candle, traveling through the South Cave. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so on your way back, as you're traveling, let's see, it's, let me change the time. So it was the 8th of winter, 7:30 when you left. Probably about 1 o'clock as you're traveling, you would bump into a contingent of soldiers. Yuri is with them. Looks like they're traveling towards Last Light. They're a little bit surprised by the group, but when they see it's you, they kind of welcome you over. She says, "It's you all. What are you doing up at Last Light?"
That's where you sent us.
Did she send you there?
Yes. Yes, she sent us there.
I don't even remember that. All right, so never mind. If she sent you there, I forgot about that. If she sent you there, she would be like, "It's good to see you're all okay."
They're not all okay.
Well, those of okay. So are you carrying Snivel out in the open?
Well, yeah.
I assume so. I don't know. I assume we are.
I don't know if you put him in like the bag of holding or something. I don't know. He's small.
No, we're not going to put my known friend in the bag of holding.
I don't know. He's an object at this point. He doesn't need to breathe.
No, he's being carried.
All right.
Because Oliver's probably the only one with the strength to carry him.
All right.
Yeah, I assumed Oliver was.
Oliver is just wearing him like a backpack. All right, so she seems saddened as she sees that Snivel has fallen. She says,
Going to put your foot in your mouth again?
"Sorry, what?"
You want to put your foot in your mouth again?
Well, I'd like to do the scene. All right, so yeah, she steps forward and says, "What word from Last Light for friends?" I don't know what she'd say. She probably doesn't see your ally at first, but yeah, she seems concerned for sure. She says, "I'm really sorry that your friend fell."
No, they're all either dead or captured.
So things are pretty bad up there.
Yeah.
What about the guards that I sent? Are they have they secured it, or is there still fighting going on?
They're all alive and chilling out last time we left them. About 3 hours ago.
I mean, we secured it. We killed the Noel Sylvester's there. But
She says, "Do you think this had anything to do with that woman? Did you find anything else or any other information?"
apparently she headed back to Kendall.
That can't be right. We we were looking out for her after the descriptions. I mean, if she did, she may have snuck in, but none of my guards have said anything. Wonder if she's still in the cave somewhere. She says, well, I'm heading up to Last Light to secure the place, or at least help secure it. I'm guessing you're going back to Candle?
Yeah.
She says, well, there might be some work for you up at Last Light. I'm guessing we're going to need some help dealing with these gnolls once you finish up your business in Candle. But if not, then yeah, I'll just see you the next time I see you.
Okay.
Like, are we going after them?
She says, likely. If there are still prisoners, or if there's still people to be saved, we'll do what we can. But, did you tell her about what happened over there?
Yeah, we'll give her all the rundown of what we've done.
Alright, I figured you would. So, yeah, so she says if there are still villagers alive within the mines, then yeah, we're definitely going to see what we could do to save them. And if there is a Gnoll encampment close to Last Light now, that has to be dealt with. She says it can't be something that's just left there unless we intend to abandon our farm, which is unlikely. I guess it depends on the investment we'll need to make. We'll see what type of Gnoll problem we're looking at. Now, did she say she was going to pay you to look into this, or were you just sort of doing that? Let me look at my
She
notes here.
did offer to pay us.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
And Clyde was doing his usual thing of, nah, we don't need money.
So,
And I said, no, we do.
yeah.
The fight.
So she says, I don't have the reward on me, but when you get back to Candle, well, I don't know, is there someone you could talk to? Yeah, she says, no, they're probably not going to give you the gold if I'm not there. Yeah, damn it. Well, I promise you, you will get paid for your work. I don't intend to let you go unpaid, but I really do have to get going to Last Light and make sure it's safe there, or at least secured.
Gold isn't important.
He says, well, it's very kind of you, but if you do help us, I promise we'll do what we can to compensate you. And she would say, good luck. And she's going to leave unless you're going to do anything. Alright. Alright, so she is heading north with the rest of the soldiers, and I assume the group continues on to Candle.
When she's about 120 feet away, I want to look back, and if no one is looking at my direction, I'm going to cast Message.
Okay.
And
you mean like
very quiet?
Are you trying to hide this from your party members as well?
No, but I'm going to try and hide it from everyone over there.
Oh, from her soldiers? Okay, got it. Yeah, so what are you going to message?
I'm going to say very quietly and in a modified voice, you're going to need them.
Oh, to Yuri?
Yeah.
Alright, so she would kind of look back, although you probably can't see her at 120 feet. It's pretty dark. Well, no, they have torches. Alright, so yeah, she's going to look back, and she can answer, right?
Yeah, but she hopefully doesn't know it comes from me. Like, that was the point.
Oh, you're trying to pretend it's someone else telling her that she's going to need us.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. Like one of her guards telling her?
Yeah, whatever she thinks, either like a voice from God or one of the guards behind her.
Give me a deception roll. Okay. So she kind of looks around almost like, yeah, as if someone, some like voice in her mind was telling her that, but she can't see anyone, so she just kind of shrugs and keeps walking. Alright. So you would make it back to Candle. Where are we? Candle home. You would be allowed through the large Shroomwood gate, re-entering the city. The guards are happy to see you're alive, or at least some of you are. They ask if you had seen Yuri on the way. And I assume you would tell them about your encounter.
Yeah, we ran into her, like, bodies everywhere. It was really bad. But no, she was fine.
So they seem very concerned about your accounts of what happened at Last Light. But what does the group want to do? You're back at Candle.
Alright. How many of us, or do you want us all there to bury Sniggleflick?
No, of course not.
Come on, old man, don't be like that. He was our friend too. I was getting to know
Yeah, he
the.
died for us.
I was getting to know the
Didn't like
guy.
you either. Yeah, he didn't like you either.
Oh, Oliver, if Clyde wants to do this alone, that's entirely his right. Yeah, no, we'll leave you to it. If you want any help or anything, just let us know, I suppose.
Clyde's just being a grumpy old man at this point.
He
No, I got
definitely
that.
is. He's being a really grumpy old man. You
Yeah,
don't
he-
leave me alone.
He just killed his best friend. Of course he's gonna be
He didn't
grumpy.
kill his best friend.
That's
he
why I'm
he was
like,
killed in battle.
well, no, so if you want us to help or you want anything, just come find us. But until then, I'm sorry.
He wants us there. He just doesn't want to say it.
Yeah, it's like, I actually want you guys to come. Oh, I'm gonna go get a drink. Oliver says, if I'm not at the funeral, good passage to you, guy, as he hands you the body. He says, I didn't know you well, but you seem like a good dude.
I've got a really bad image of like Clyde now just dropping Sniggleflick because he's too heavy.
Thump. Yeah, just thumps him. No, Sniggleflick isn't that heavy. I mean, he's heavy, but he's not like a person. Else Clyde would not have wanted to carry him for like 8 hours on his back.
Clyde didn't. Oliver.
I also
Sorry,
imagine
Oliver.
I also imagine Oliver is not an inconsiderate twat who makes sure that fucking Clyde has the weight of Sniggleflick before he lets go.
Yeah, no, Oliver, even though Oliver is kind of an asshole, he seems like he has respect for a fellow soldier. He might have spent some time in serving somewhere.
Oliver doesn't seem like an asshole.
I don't know, I was playing him a little bit like an a-hole, but
It's just Kellers who's the asshole.
maybe just callous. He's a little callous.
Yeah. He's weathered this a lot.
Yeah, he's tired of taking care of this brat. But,
Which makes entire sense.
yeah. But anyway, we are at the 2 o'clock mark. This might be a good time to stop anyway, because we got back to Candle as the group figures out its next moves with these gnolls encroaching on the Candle territory, and the mystery of this woman who had something to do with the attacks and how that all might be related. So why don't we do MVP votes and end here? I have a bit of a headache. I never got to drink my coffee, so I was all over the place. I think it's still waiting for me.
I've been so enraptured I forgot to eat my oatmeal.
Oh, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It's just been sitting here hardening like a rock.
Clyde, with 2 votes, you are MVP. Congrats. Wait, which one's Clyde? That's grumpy old
What?
man.
What's MVP?
What's an MVP? I don't know. My head hurts. Clyde is MVP. Yeah. So I'll go ahead.
At the end of the session, we vote for who we think has done the best in that session.
Oh.
The person then gets a point of inspiration.
You were actually
Which is a
asking.
point of inspiration.
That makes sense.
It's,
Yeah. So I do.
story point.
Yeah, I do, instead of inspiration, I do story points. You can have up to 10 of them, and it's basically like inspiration, but you could have more than one. So one of the ways you can earn them is by getting the MVP vote at the end of the game, which we all vote on, and it's a secret vote, and whoever gets the most votes gets it for that game. The other one is to do the scribing, so whoever does journal gets an MV or gets a story point as well.
So I just need a few more story points, and then I can bring Snigglefuck in. Sniggleflicks, bro.
Did you call him
Yeah,
Sniggle?
Snigglefuck.
Snigglefuck?
Snigglefuck.
Oh, jeez.
Why not?
There go my Raid Shadow Legends sponsors. Cursing on the stream.
Brought you by Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah, they're not going to sponsor me now because of Snigglefuck.
Hey, Raid Shadow Legends doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, they probably
Sniggle
wouldn't.
Fuck.
They probably wouldn't
Got a
care.
Raid Shadow Legends spot, so
He didn't have NordVPN to protect him. That's why he
Exactly.
died.
Exactly. This episode has several sponsors. All right, but I'm going to take some notes. Otherwise, yeah, you're free to hang out or go or whatever you guys want to do. Good game, everyone. Sorry, I was kind of out of it a little.
It's okay.
nah, it's all good, mate. You were all good.
It was a really fun game. I really liked it.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I got Sniggleflick killed.
Yeah, Sniggleflick. I was enjoying playing him. He was sort of like the less callous, like dad figure to Oliver's more callous nature. But then it's like we could be heroes. This will be great. And then he just got shot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happens. Hey, man,
Amdal's just gonna go senile and start knifing everyone in their sleep.
the caves are a dangerous place. Amdal's the young one. Clyde might
No,
go.
Oh, I thought he was the old man.
Clyde's the old guy.
That being a hero doesn't pay. Be selfish. That's better.
Well, I mean, your bodyguard almost got killed too in that first fight. He got
I'm
shot
aware.
up.
Why did you started dodging a lot?
Yeah. This will be like an old school D&D game where you just get a bunch of people
Yes,
dying.
At a minute, it went up. Originally, it was 36, and the first hit took him down to half.
Yeah, he got shot up good in that first round.
He's now got 42.
Great meat shield though. He held.
That's why I thought sending him to the front and then just getting him to dodge was good, because it's just everyone tries to attack him and they've all got disadvantage, but he takes the hits.
Yeah, no, it was working out. It's just good that no one got some crazy double crit or something, which I have seen happen.
No, and then I was like, am I just doing Oliver really badly? That's why Sniggleflick got killed?
I got 4 17s
No.
in a row once.
I mean,
It was crazy.
Sniggleflick got killed before anyone got to do anything.
Yeah, Sniggleflick just unfortunately got shot a bunch as he was trying to get the position. It was he just got really unlucky, which happens sometimes. And I think he was a little wounded from the previous fight, wasn't he?
No.
Oh well, yeah, he just got unlucky
You
then.
did 20 points of damage to him, and he has a maximum health of 20 points.
He was up front, and yeah, he got shot a bunch.
So what happens when you face deadly encounter after deadly encounter?
Yeah. Well, you guys do have a meat shield with 40 hit points, so it's your own fault.
I didn't
I don't
know
think
it.
there's any such thing as a meat shield in level 1.
Yeah.
There is, it's called a
Everyone's sort of,
Also, the CR
everyone's
system,
one hit.
the CR system in D&D is terrible, so I don't even use it. I kind of have an idea of how hard the encounters are going to be and how good the group is, but yeah,
CR 1/2 seems a little bit weak.
well, except for certain creatures that are ridiculously powerful, it's all over the place. The CR system is
Oh, yeah.
Oliver's only good because I got his AC up. His AC is shit, to be honest, if it was just Thug.
My favorite low level creature is the skull spider. It's a spider with a skull on its head.
Yeah.
It'll literally just jump onto your head like a head crab and bite you.
I need to rinse the toilet, Paul. Thanks, people. I'll
Yeah.
see you next week.
See y'all next
See you
time.
next week.
Yeah, get going as well. I'll end the stream here. Good job, everyone.
All right.